Yes, yes, it is Wednesday. It is noon Eastern Time. And if everything has gone according to plan, we're live on the Temptations Beach Facebook page. We're live on the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel. And we're live on Twitter at Temptations. If things haven't gone well, then it's par for the
Who
course sometimes
knows?
with technical issues. It is the High Noon Hemp Show. I am Joe Clare. He is Beach. He is high above the Temptations in Sharonville at the Hemp Quarters Beach. How are things in the world of Temptations these days?
Things are wonderfully average in the world of temptations, I should say.
Nice.
No,
Glowing
you know
recommendation.
we're that's right. We're in the well, you know, we're in the peak holiday season now, and so obviously, it's just crazy. The world is crazy, um, but no, things are pretty good. That's for sure. Um, we are participating in the Rain Dog Parade in Mount Adams this year, and when I say participating, we're offering a gift basket, which we have a lovely picture of here,
Oh,
as you can
nice.
see. You get some CBD dog treats and a little dog toy and all kinds of good stuff for your puppy, for your dog. And if you don't know anything about the Rain Dog Parade, basically it's I want to say huge because I've never seen a dog parade with so many dogs in it in my life. And they come out. Doesn't make any difference what the weather's going to be. Um, they come out. A lot of people obviously they dress their dogs up in holidays type stuff. It's really fun for the kids. The kids really love it, honestly. Um, so if you have a dog and you want to get registered, you can just come up there, and I'll post more information on the actual event details after the show. But you can come up, get registered, get an opportunity to win this lovely gift basket and take place in what I believe is an incredibly large or a decently sized dog parade um,
It's the biggest
in
ever, I'll
Mount
say it.
Adams,
Biggest
biggest
ever in
ever.
history.
Uh, and I guarantee it's the biggest ever in Mount Adams.
Yes.
For the highest point in Cincinnati, that's okay. But yeah, so come on out, participate with that. We're doing that Tohi Spa. If you don't know, my partner, life and business, um, owns Tohi Spa, which she again uses all hemp products. She's a massage therapist, um, and so one of her offices, one of Mary's offices, is in Mount Adams. So that's why we kind of take place in the Rain Dog Parade as well, and things in Mount Adams every once in a while. And so Mount Adams is a cool little spot. Mount Adams is a cool little spot. So come see us. Come see us at the Rain Dog Parade. We'll probably be on the porch, on the front porch of the shop down there. Um, and so yeah, it's good. Don't forget next week, and I'll remind you when I get down to the news and events section of the show that next Wednesday. I think it starts. I think you have to be there at 9 a.m. So you might be able to give your testimony, so to speak, in your comments to the. I'm gonna go messing with my mic again. It's probably gonna break. So everybody get prepared for that because every time I do that. But anyway, this is the Ohio Department of Agriculture open comment section up in Reynoldsburg, Ohio. And again, that's a week from today at 9 a.m. So you might want, like I said, be able to get your comments in and get to your computer by high noon and watch the High Noon Hemp Show, or get your comments in and then send them to me and let me know what they were to the High Noon Hemp Show, and
There you go.
we'll try to get them on the High Noon Hemp Show even maybe. And so again, the things about the Ohio Department of Ag, they need to stop making it sound like it's a criminal. Just get rid of all the wording that makes it sound like this is some type of criminal activity. You know, we cannot grow industrial hemp in an urban environment if they say we can't grow within 100 feet of a building. Or 100 feet of a building. You can't be by 500 feet of a school. All these weirdly, again, it's just treated like corn. I like to say the fees are too high. It's just ridiculous how much you have to pay in fees, it's licensing and all that stuff. And so those are the two biggest issues that I have with the Ohio Department of Agriculture's hemp cultivation program. And you know, this might be the last chance to put a voice to it. I suppose all in all, I should go up and give my public comments, and I may put some real thought to that. And so I might be broadcasting live from Reynoldsburg, Ohio next week for the High Noon Hemp Show. And I turned all my stuff off. Who's over here bugging me?
They know the High Noon Hemp Show.
So
was
anyway,
on.
yeah, right. They did hang up
watching.
pretty quickly, so maybe they realized. And so maybe maybe go up and give public comment for that myself. Again, that's next Wednesday. That's here in the state of Ohio, so it's very relative to what we do. As we enter the peak holiday season, for all the holidays, I want to say that I'm including all of them, and I'm not excluding any of them. So I respect your wishes to celebrate the holidays any way you want. I celebrate it by spelling days with a Z. That's how I celebrate it. And so, speaking of that, this is a commercial we made years ago. We have 2 commercials in this week's episode. This is our holidays commercial. So this is the first one before we go to the product spotlight. So roll it.
It's that time of year for shopping day and night. Temptations for the holidays will make your pipes burn bright. Make a shopping dash. Come raid Temptation Stash. You're sure to find great hemp gifts while saving lots of cash. So have some cheer, get in here, everyone get along. The holidays happen once a year, it's 420 all year long.
Are you having temptations? For 20 years. Having temptations for 20 years.
If that don't get you in the holiday spirit, I don't know what will.
Yeah, and that was actually the unedited version. There's something said in there that we actually took out because I wasn't sure how that would play on the networks. And of course that was, you can see how old that was because that was all the way back when we only had 3 locations before Dayton, and it was the old Temptations 3 address as well. Temptations 3 is now in Northside. All the stores are numbered if you don't know. So, and it's all different too. So number 1 is the number sign 1. Number 2 is TOO. 3 is actually spelled out THREE, and 4 is Roman numerals. You know, that's just because you got to mix it up a little bit in my life. I have to have fun with it. And so, and that's the way it's always been. That's the way it's always been. And so let's get on to the 4 from the store, 1 from my door, the product spotlights. We've got some new flavors, some new stuff. I think a lot of people, some of our customers may be excited that we have finally picked up a couple of these products. So the first one, though, because it's the dry time of year, is the Earthly Body Tea Tree Conditioner. And so, obviously, tea tree, if you don't know, I say obviously, and then I say if you don't know, that's a ridiculous statement. If you don't know, if you don't know, and I'm not making fun of you for obviously not knowing, by the way, tea tree is good for the skin. And so I'm sure that's why that's in there as part of the hemp oil, as well as the natural hemp seed oil and the conditioner, good for the scalp and all the good stuff, and being dry this time of year. If you're in most places, I should say, you're dry. Now the next one, everybody's been clamoring, and we've picked up 2 new brands of hemp flour. And so this first one, I couldn't really find a name on it, so I'm going to call it Fist Bump because it's got a little fist bump like coming at you. The Rock. I like to call it the Rock. You can call it a fist bump. Either way, I don't want to call it the Rock because then someone's going to think I'm trademarking on the actual ROC Rock. Yeah, but anyway, we've got 4 or 5 different strains of this particular companies. And again, we're trying to bring this in and get customer feedback as to what they feel about it as we kind of start filling in the gaps of selling raw hemp flower, because again, everybody's still kind of worked this out, and so are we, as far as really what's good, what's quality, what's not. According to these numbers, most of these average between 15 and 18% CBD content, and then staying again below that 0.3%. The second one is, again, this is a new hemp flower company to us, which is the Hemp for Victory flower. Now they have, is we gonna bring that picture up? Did I lose you? Oops.
No,
Oh,
there we
okay.
go. Things
There we are.
seem to be freezing. Here we go.
Oh, maybe.
Goodness.
Okay, there we go. Slow today.
Start hitting things.
Bear with us. I know my computer's running slow, and so anyway, this is the Hemp for Victory. Again, they've got their numbers, percentages, 18%, 15%, 17%, and so if you've been wanting to try CBD in flower form, we have finally picked it up and have again a couple different brands here. Product from the store is actually something I've talked about before. We've had it on the store before, but we have 2 new flavors, and that is the Hydrate. And so we just got in the Sour Apple and the Blue Island Punch. And I can't believe I haven't tried the Sour Apple yet. Now, these are actually caffeinated as well, so this is kind of a CBD flavored energy. It says CBD flavor, but you really don't want anything to be CBD flavored because CBD does not taste good at all on its own. But anyway, as you can see, that's how they call it, a CBD flavored energy water. And again, they have caffeine in them as well. But these are the 2 new flavors. So get to the stores. All those products should be in all 4 stores waiting for you. If they're not, they'll be there soon. Or ask for them and let them know that you're waiting to get them in any one of the stores. Now, as you know, 4 from the store, 1 from my door. The one from my door, and I've talked about this and I've kind of shown this in other forms as far as finished product, but this is just this is what I have as far as a stack of hemp press board. And so anytime we have a project that we need to build something, we go to the hemp press board first to see if we can build it out of that. And I'd say 7 or 8 out of 10 times the hemp press board will do for us what we need to do for us. Obviously, weather conditions, anything we need to do outside, it's a little tricky because it doesn't take well to the elements in raw form. It really needs to be sealed. We'll have to be sealed, and we're even having, we've tried stains and stuff, but it kind of absorbs in, and it doesn't really. The only thing we found so far is an actual epoxy to coat it that can seal it and make it weather friendly for the outdoor. But again, that's my stack of hemp press board that I have right now. Eagerly waiting for the hemp wood plant to start pumping out some products, and I need to check on them and see what's available because I know they're going to make like 2x4s and things like that out of hemp, basically pressing hemp. And so I'm really excited about that as far as more hemp wood products so we can replace the tree products in the world. Please.
Absolutely.
And so now, after the 4 from the store, 1 from my door, and the product spotlight, let's get on to what I know is Joe's favorite section.
Yes, everybody watching can stop screaming at the computer and saying, hey, enough about all these great products that I can find at any Hemptations location and the stuff from Beach's house. I want to learn how to dress. I can't dress. I suck at dressing. What do I do? So they come here for the beachwear segment where we ask the most important question of the day and you get your most important answer. What Are you wearing Beach?
That's right. If you woke up this morning, you're inquiring about what I was possibly wearing. You said to yourself, "What are you wearing, Beach?" Well, now you're going to know.
Snazzy.
Starting from snazzy, a little dress. I don't know if I'm dressed up, but it's cold, and so I got my
Yes, it is.
big jacket on. But you got a classic head case hat. My hood lamb peacoats. I think that's what those are called. And then I've also got a hood lamb always growing. I'm sorry, always planting seeds. T-shirt. Mendocino jeans, Mendocino Hemp Company, and I've had those for a while. I meant to check to see if they're still out there, and so we're going to have to check and see if they still are out there. You can see my Green Springs Technology pen sticking out of my pocket. I carry that with me everywhere I go all the time. I've got some Hemptopia briefs, Satori socks, and then my high top. I suppose you call those high top wicked boots. And we're still eagerly awaiting the release of the new line of wicked boots. I probably should check on that and see if they're out yet too, because I know they're coming out with a new line soon. So if you did wake up this morning and you said to yourself, "What are you wearing?" Now you know.
Yeah. Go get
Now we're going
dressed.
to take a short break and show you the other holiday commercial. So let's roll it. Dudes, this is going to be a great hemp giving holidays.
Last year could have been better.
Don't worry, this year brings the largest selection of hemp, including CBD supplements and topicals, the newest vaporizers, and the new Hemptations in Dayton, and of course, much, much more.
Sweet!
And you know, Hemptations for 20 years plus has been the procrastination destination for all your holidays goods. Hemptations.com. Having holidays Hemptations?
Well, now if you're not in the holiday spirit, I really don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Nothing left.
I don't know what to do. I'm doing the best I can, that's for sure.
This is it.
I'm doing the best I can. It's true. It's true. So we'll get those all posted all around the world, too. All around the world. All around the world.
That's right.
Everywhere they need. Although the addresses are still wrong. Even on that one, the address is wrong. Because we'd opened Dayton, but we hadn't moved Temptations 3 yet, apparently, according to the graphics at the end of that one. And so
Hemptations.com for the current addresses.
that's right. That's exactly right. Go to Hemptations.com. You can also go to Hemptations.com on the About page. As we go into the news and events section of the show, on the About page, you'll see the events that I talk about here as far as across the world, with maybe a little bit more detail. So if you hear something on the show, you can go there and check into it a little bit further if you're interested in that. Some more fun news going on. I give good news, some bad news. The first one's just kind of fun is the fact that one of the Canadian Miss Universe competitors wore a cannabis costume for the costume competition. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. A big, it was really nice green leaves and all this stuff going on with it. And so that was interesting. I just found out, I just read an article that was saying that, and I knew this to begin with, but, the FDA, they came out with their warning, so to speak, that we're, ignorant to believe that it can do no harm. But the interesting thing is they've been talking about this liver damage and affecting male testosterone production or something. I don't know, sperm production. But they were basing that on a 1,200 to 3,000 milligram dosage. And so there is nobody that I mean, again, here's the deal. If you're taking 1,200 milligrams per dose, that'd be like drinking an entire bottle of our 1,200 milligram CBD every time you needed a dose. Then the last of your worries is going to be liver damage or sperm count. I can tell you that because you are in severe. I mean, again, there's nobody who would do that. That's just, again, and so that's the more ridiculousness. That's like saying, again, that's no different than saying caffeine is now harmful, because yes, if you take in 1,000 milligrams or an unbelievable amount of caffeine, then it is dangerous. And so obviously, them coming out and saying things like that, but not saying that in safe doses, it should be just fine, obviously, because they've agreed to supply a drug that has CBD in it to children for seizures. So that's kind of more of that ridiculousness, I suppose. Again, copies of the USDA license application can be requested via farmbill.hemp@usda.gov. So if you want to get a copy of that to see what it looks like, and then possibly get your comments into them, to the USDA, before the end of the year on their hemp regulations, so to speak. The New York charges were dropped, even though there's now a prosecutor in New York saying that all CBD is still illegal because it comes from cannabis, and all cannabis is illegal in the state of New York. And so, again, two different interpretations of the laws of New York. I'm pretty sure about that. The largest hemp processing plant to be built so far is, of course, going to be built in Texas. We all know things that are larger in Texas, and so the rumor is this processing plant down there is going to be the largest so far made in the country. Dollar General now selling CBD, of course, and it's kind of interesting because they're only bringing it into select states, Kentucky being one, and so we'll see what that really means. This is kind of interesting, but the city of Sacramento has banned the growing of hemp. I think you can still grow for what they call marijuana, but you can't grow for industrial hemp. And so I don't know what that's about, sack ass backwards Mento, but that's just so bizarre. That's just so
Sounds
bizarre.
like they had too much time on their hands.
It really does sound like
violent
they had
crime's
too much
been
time.
solved in Sacramento, so they can move on to less important things.
That's right. They're really bored in Sacramento. They're
All the
fighting
murders,
industrial
and the
hemp
robberies, and
wherever
the
it's
rapes,
grown.
the assaults, all that's been solved. Now let's
that's
focus
it.
on hemp.
Yeah, that's right. And that's news. We've got some events. Get to a couple events here in December. Again, this Saturday is the Rain Dog Parade in Mount Adams. Next Wednesday, again, is the Ohio Department of Agriculture comment taking up in Reynoldsburg. December 19th, you've got the Kentucky HIA Trade Show and Conference. That's down in Murray, Kentucky. Couple things coming up in January. The 16th, you've got the Colorado Winter Hemp Summit. That's going to be in Boulder. January 23rd through the 26th, this is for the contractors. You've got a contractor training program for building with hemp. I think this is a couple-day thing, and this is meant for people that are in the industry and are building things on a semi-regular basis, which I think is great. If you do that, then you should for sure be try to be a part of that. Get that knowledge on. January 27th and 28th, you've got the Hemp Summit going on in Chicago. January 28th through the 30th, you've got, I'm sure they'll say it's the biggest ever, the Texas Hemp Convention going on in Dallas, Texas. And so that kind of rounds out the next couple months with events. If you have any events that you'd like me to add to this that are hemp related, please email me at hemptations@yahoo.com. You can also do that through the website. You can go to hemptations.com and you can contact us from the contact page. And so we'd love to hear from you if you've got a hemp event going on that you'd like me to put on the schedules for everyone to know about. I would love to do that. I do have a question, and this is a question that gets asked a lot. And so a question that gets asked a lot is how do I decide dosage of CBD? And we always start by saying start small. And there is a body weight chart that you can kind of base it off of, and that is for every 10 pounds of weight, it's 1 milligram of CBD for a starting dose. So if you are 120 pounds, that's 12 milligrams basically is a safe starting dose for you. And then you can go all the way up to multiplying that, in my opinion, by probably 5 times to what your particular need is. That's someone, that starting equation is for someone who really just wants to find out whether CBD is going to relieve them of whatever it is, or just to use as a daily supplement. And then you go up from that. You go up from that. You don't start big and go down. And again, there's not going to be any harm either way. Again, as we've seen, the starting dosage that can do you harm is 1,200 milligrams. It's never going to happen. Again, I know people that use maybe 100 milligrams for a dose. For once again those very high level needs. But that's a huge amount, anywhere between 10 and 20 as a starting. Again, basic kind of on your body weight and your need level. But start out small and then add. You can always take a dropper if you're using the tincture, see if that helps, and then if you don't really get the relief, then do another dropper and see if that helps. Take one gummy and then add another if you don't think that it's really giving you the effectiveness that you're looking for. And of course, once again, it's not for everybody. It is provided and is providing a lot of relief for our customers. That's for sure. But it doesn't work. Along with that is be smart about picking your particular CBD. Try to find a reliable source that has paperwork, showing the what they call a certificate of authenticity. What the CBD count was, that it doesn't have a bunch of herbicides and pesticides and chemicals in it and everything. And if you're really concerned, you can see what their THC levels are as far as being below 0.3% or less. Obviously, with an isolate product, you'll have zero THC. With a full spectrum product, it can be up to 0.3%. And so I know that can be an issue for some people. Once again, testing positive for THC on a regular dose of CBD is astronomically difficult. I can say, and that's science saying that again, you have to have a lot of that. You have to have a lot of 0.3% THC CBD in your system to fail a drug test. But if you have any concern, again, then look into the isolate and see if that still gives you the relief. We know that full spectrum is better because it has all those other little, it's got CBG and CBN and all these other cannabinoids that help us in good ways as well. And so if you're looking for that dosage level, that's my recommendation. That's what we recommend to our customers. Once again, starting small, going bigger if you need it. And so there you have it, folks. I feel like I zipped right through it for some reason.
A lot of info back in a half hour.
A lot of info packed in there. Once again, you can go to hemptations.com, look into some of this stuff, check out everything we got going on there. You can get into any one of the 4 locations. We have some of the products online as well. And again, you can watch all the episodes at the Jedi Hemp channel on YouTube. And so, and then of course the podcast as well. If you want to listen to us while you're driving your car or can't do the video, the podcast is out there.
You're missing all
as
this,
well.
but still.
You are missing all of this.
You don't get all of this.
But that's why I try to hide my face with my microphone. You don't need all this, to be honest with you. You might miss a couple of those fun, you might miss a couple fun pictures or so that we do.
That's right. You do have pictures and videos,
anyway,
but
you can leave it up to your imagination as to what's going on. So if you're listening to the podcast and the commercials, they are animation that is based on a cartoon that rhymes with Mouth Sark.
That's right.
And so they're kind of fun. And we're actually working on a new one. I think we're going to do a new, just kind of generic commercial with those characters soon. And so I have an idea, and I think we're going to put it on paper and make that happen soon enough. Because we have integrity. That's for sure.
If you don't get it by now, I don't really know what to tell you either.
Well, you can only make so many references. It's true. But we'll get those posted on the Facebook page, so you can, if you're listening to the podcast now, you can go find us on Facebook and all those places and view the commercials at the Hemptations Beach Facebook page as well. As always, folks, thanks for watching the High Noon Hemp Show, or listening to the High Noon Hemp Show. We're here every high noon on Wednesdays, all over the podcast or live, or Twitter live, or YouTube live. We're live everywhere we can be live, and then everywhere else when we need to be. Once again, reduce, reuse, recycle, make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptations.
See you all next week.